What's going on there, guys? Good evening. It's the Earthmaster here on this beautiful Saturday night. It is October 8th, 2022, about 8:26 p.m. California time. Latest quake shows a 2.4 or a 2.1. Did show a 2.4, 2.1 on the Big Island of Hawaii. I am out here with my beautiful co-host and fiance, Missy Mimi's. How's it going, Missy?
How's it going, guys?
So we're just hanging out here tonight. Going to do an update and a little bit of activity to to talk about tonight, including quite a bit of tremor kicking up once again along the Cascadia subduction zone. Let's go ahead and check out the latest activity. Here's the USGS map, and I want to bring up the tremor map tonight. And that is the latest activity here. Today's date, 812 epicenters of tremor confined to these two locations. Once again, now this is in the state of Oregon, or I should say underneath the state of Oregon, down into the subduction zone of the Cascadia. This has been an ongoing event here for a little while, folks, and it's got me wondering what's going on, kind of scratching my head a little bit if we're going to see a mega quake happen here in the Pacific Northwest. I know tremor activity is very active in any given time of the year, but this has been very active, confined to one region of the Cascadia. It's not the north, it's not the south, more or less like the center portion of the Cascadia. So I'm not for sure exactly what's going on here. I want to bring up the map here of the past, just the past 8 days. Let me get this up here real quick. Stand by for just a second. I want to see what our total tally is for this about a week, 8 days or so. And that's a lot. Good Lord, that's a lot of tremor for just a week time span. And again, mostly centered here around the Oregon area. You can see the epicenters all confined to two separate areas of Oregon. One looks like around the outside of the Salem and Portland area, and also one down around the Grants Pass, Roseburg area. This region underneath seeing quite a bit of tremor. So it's hard to say exactly what's going on. Well, we know what's going on as far as the tremor activity goes. There's a subduction of the plate, the Juan de Fuca plate being shoved underneath the North American plate. But I'm kind of curious as to see if we're going to see any surface activity as far as earthquake movement goes. Let me double check the map here. Not a whole lot far as 2.5 and above goes up in this region. Of course, we did have some activity there in Oregon yesterday. It's been over the 24-hour threshold, so that's why I didn't show up there. But we did see some activity here at the surface levels, kind of some warping, if you will. You got to remember this tremor activity is definitely uplifting the ground here. And causing some disturbances at the surface level. The tremor activity does take place about 35-45 kilometers deep, but it does affect not only the volcanoes here at times, but also the mountains, right? That's kind of how these mountains formed. Got a lot of deformation there in the land, the topography of the land, and this is all due to the Cascadia subduction zone. So it's not uncommon to see earthquake activity with this amount of tremor. The only thing I'm wondering about is how wound up this spring is, so to speak, along the Cascadia. Not for certain if this is going to be an event leading to maybe potentially a mega quake, but something to watch pretty closely. 4,821 epicenters in the last 8 days. That's a lot. All right, let's move on to earthquake activity further down south, where we've seen looks like a little bit of movement here outside of the mineral area. 1.7, that one coming in. It looks like earlier this afternoon time frame. I wonder where all the earthquakes went to. Kind of looks a little like a ghost town out here on the map. Not a whole lot of movement throughout the western portion of the states. You guys notice that? Look at that. Absolutely quiet, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Notice a downtrend in earthquake activity throughout the center portion of the country as well. The southern plains, not showing any movement. Most of the activity, if we go to the broader scale, has been up here along the Aleutian Trench. Some activity along the Kermadec Trench and the New Zealand area, and also over here around the Puerto Rico Trench. So, let's see what we got. What do we got here? A missing magnitude? Look at that. Question mark.
What
so,
in the world?
Well, it looks like this one just came in, right? 0128.
Yeah, so it's probably not registered.
No. It's actually a couple hours old.
Oh.
Because the current UTC time is 0330. So, not for sure what's going on with that question mark of a quake. Probably not a big one. But there has been some other earthquake activity upstream here towards the Mauna Seamount, towards the western edge of the Puerto Rico Trench. This area has shown a little bit of seismic activity increase over the last couple days. That's definitely noticeable. And also down here along the Kermadec Trench, seen a little bit of a increase in activity as well. The Aleutian Trench, that is pretty active. We're looking at a couple fours kicking off here along the subduction zone. And this area can definitely be a major player in producing some megaquakes as well. I can't recall the last time a megaquake happened along this section of the Aleutian Trench, but it's there. The possibility exists. So we've got to watch this area pretty closely. Getting a couple fours in there tonight and some threes as well along the Aleutian Trench area. Some deep and some very shallow at the surface level.
Japan's very quiet.
Well, yeah, Kurocamchaca Trench, Mariana Trench, all very, very quiet right now. On the Big Island, things still rocking a little bit around the Pahala area and also Mauna Loa. We'll go ahead and check out the Mauna Loa activity here real quick. Stand by for a second. Speaking of Greece, is the USGS showing that earthquake in Greece? Yes, it is. This originally came in as a 5.7, downgraded tremendously to a 5.2. That was earlier this afternoon time frame. So, what was I after?
We were checking Mauna Loa.
Mauna Loa, that's right. Okay, thank you for being here. Had one of those brain freezes, so to speak. Let's see what we got. Hazard notification system. HVO, we'll go over here. Did you know that Mauna Loa is now on their daily updates?
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So, due to seismic activity increase.
That's...
Kilauea is continuing, but they've added Mauna Loa here to their daily updates. Due to heightened earthquake activity, let's go ahead and check out the seismograph stations here. Oh, where'd it go? Hold on a second here. Let me bring this up. Zoom in here real quick here to the Big Island region. I was looking for their seismograph stations here, and I think I kind of skipped it. But gonna look here and see if I can find it. There we go. So a couple seismograph stations around Mauna Loa, which is still in the advisory yellow category for now. So here's the last 6 hours, 12 hours of earthquake activity around the Mauna Loa area. Definitely some local seismic activity here, and we can kind of decipher the local activity versus the Pahala area activity, and I believe the localized activity is going to be these larger quakes in presence here to the seismograph station. A lot of these other ones, I believe, are potentially around the Pahala area because they are so close. If you really think about it, the Mauna Loa and the Pahala area all within about 15 miles of each other. So a seismograph station is going to pick up a lot of the same activity there at any different volcano there. So kind of, where'd it go? Kind of got to decipher which is which here in terms of localized activity and which is distant. But these right here, these more defined, more intense signatures are localized activity here to the station, I believe. And USGS showing a few of those up here at the summit. Looks like 1.8, 1.5, 2.0. Either way, Mauna Loa, I think, is gearing up. When? I guess will be the question of the hour, I guess. Question of the year. We'll see. 2.9 out there in western Texas, out there outside of Pecos, Texas, at 2.9 at 5 kilometers deep. Rest of the country, pretty quiet there, folks. Let's see what we got for... Well, the tremor was pretty heightened.
Yeah.
Pretty heightened. Yellowstone activity, there's still a lot of earthquake activity up against the North American plate, the North American craton. Over the last couple hours, just a handful of quakes there at Yellowstone. No major unrest, no major swarm, but still a continuance there of the earthquake activity that's been ongoing for about 5 weeks now. We are seeing a little bit of uptick in KP index there. Getting some auroras at the higher latitudes there into Canada, maybe portions of the States. But KP index around the 4 level right now. Kind of unexpected. I don't believe they had called for that. Well, maybe they did. Looks like maybe that kind of forecasted out correctly. But solar flare activity, very minimal. Not looking at any major potential solar flare activity currently. Although, as massive as the sunspot is, well, I don't know. We're going to have to watch this one very closely. It's just been kind of a mannequin, so to speak, or a dummy, kind of just floating across the sun. You know, it's not really doing anything. It's just kind of sitting there looking awesome. But far as, you know, producing any massive solar flare like we were kind of forecasting and they were forecasting, it's not doing it. Things are level across the board if you look here, far as solar flare activity. And the complex magnetic fields are just not there in terms of, you know, seeing that active solar flare activity. So we'll see how it goes, folks. Definitely watch it, and you never know. You might get surprised. Going to give a quick shout out here to these channel members. I got to recognize these guys because these channel members are a part of the team, along with our moderators, of course. We're going to give these names here, these members, a little recognition here. And Missy Mimi is going to help me out. We're going to go one-on-one. Okay, you do one, I do one.
Alrighty.
So first one, we got Purple Bullet. Has been a super fan for a couple months. Just recently rejoined. We do appreciate you there, Purple Bullet.
Okay, we have Melanie Fisher. She's been with us for 3 months. Also rejoined a day ago.
A new member, Clayton. Thanks for joining the member team there. Looks like about 15 days ago.
CU2 has been with us for 17 days, so also a new one. Thanks for joining us. Kenneth Smith, a super fan member, 18 days, fairly new member. Thank you very much, Kenneth, for joining the channel. Chris Hitchabout has been with us for a month. He rejoined. Thanks for being with us.
We got Mike Moses. Thank you. Don't want to pronounce that wrong. Thank you, Mike, for being a member of the channel.
Cherie Sanders, thanks for joining us. We're happy to have you. She's been with us for 23 days.
Shelby Rhythm?
Rhythm.
All right, that's a pretty cool name. Super fan member for about 24 days.
Gary Waters, a super fan, joined 24 days ago.
Joycelyn Berzik. Is that right? Berzik? Oh, did I slaughter it? Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not. Jocelyn.
Okay. Burswick?
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize.
No,
Just,
it's all good.
it's Saturday night, and you know what? My pronunciation, not all that great right now. So 24 days, you guys obviously entered into the drawing. We got
Chuck White.
Chuck White.
Joined us on our last drawing, for sure.
Rosemary Hill, 25 days.
Let's see. Catherine Pores. I can't see the last part of it, but that's okay. We're happy to have you with us 26 days.
We got Kathy Doan. Looks like 1 month.
Dolores Valenzuela.
Ann Panzica.
Pamela Hamilton.
Judy Menzel.
Lainey Miller.
Robbie, 82.
Betty Kelly.
Nancy Kozlowski, one of our recent winners.
Maria Park.
John Didier.
Debash Mode.
One of our recent winners as well. In fact, They were the last one last month that won a free T-shirt.
Joelle Kozlowski,
Alicia Stanford,
Mike Delaney,
Catherine Decker,
Pamela Conley,
Ray Addington,
Hope and Feathers,
Robert Kozlowski, our original member that our first drawing.
Right.
He was our lucky winner. Won a $50 gift card there.
Robert Vogel,
The Fly Lady,
Jay Fuentes,
and Albert Sanchez Jr. So you guys are all going to be entered into our drawing, which we're going to be holding here in about a week. Now we are going to be giving away 3 items. Well, not 3 items, but your choice of 3 items. So the first one is going to be a $40 Amazon gift card. Okay, a lot of people are saying, well, why not give something away that revolves around the channel? So we're going to give away. Well, your choice is going to be Amazon gift card or a geology mining kit, and that includes a couple different things in that little kit, which is pretty cool. If you like digging for rocks and whatnot, that's one option. And then the third option could be Earthmaster merchandise, whether it's a T-shirt or socks or leggings or a sweater, whatever you want from the Earthmaster store. You got 3 options. So we're going to do that from here on out, I think. Going to give you guys a little bit of options as far as what you guys want.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't want a $40 Amazon gift card. You know, a lot of people don't shop at Amazon. But so that's our options for this month as far as the Superfan members go. And we will be adding members up until that day. In fact, if we're doing the drawing and someone adds themselves as a member on the channel,
we will add you in.
Exactly. We will add you guys into the drawing as well. Not going to be discriminatory far as
like lateness.
Yeah, being late. We're very lenient.
Yep.
And very understanding.
We're very happy to have you.
Exactly.
We're happy to have all 84,000.
Exactly. We're definitely past 84,000 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. Again, this drawing, though, is for members only. So if you want to get a chance to be in there, you guys are entitled to view some extra videos, some more personalized videos. They're not really earthquake related, but it's kind of family around the farm, so to speak. Also custom emojis and icons. And, you know, those little special perks, so to speak. Not to mention the date or the monthly drawing for some items there for the members only. So jump in, make sure you're in that drawing, and 84,000 subscribers. That's a pretty big deal. We've gained about 7,000 subscribers within the last month. If we continue this, we're going to be at 100,000 by the end of the year. Not even joking. So we've seen a really big uptick in subscribers recently.
And then we'll be doing another drawing.
Exactly.
That drawing's even
That's
bigger.
going to be a big drawing because we're going to give away some prizes to 10 different people. And we really haven't even... Well, we got kind of an idea of what we want to give away. It's going to be a little bit more awesome, I think. Not saying that the last prizes weren't awesome. But it's coming up close, so we need to get on the ball with that and figure out what we're going to be doing. So look for the announcement here as far as what we'll be giving away to those 10 people. But wow, 84,000 subscribers. So we appreciate every single one of you guys. And of course, we appreciate these members. And that's why we do monthly drawings for these folks here. So not only are they part of the channel, but we want to recognize them. We try to do it every week. I know YouTube does put out their names on, I think, certain videos. I'm not for sure exactly how that works, but YouTube itself does integrate the members in a random type event on certain videos. So these guys are being recognized, and I think that's kind of a big deal to recognize these folks and reward these folks for being a part of the channel. So I appreciate each and every one of these 38 members. So think about this, and the drawing coming up here in a week. You gotta, anyone who joins has a really good chance of winning something. 1 in 38.
Yeah,
that's a lot better. That's a lot better than the lottery.
Right.
So 1 in 38 chance of winning a prize. I think that's pretty awesome. So let's see here. Let me go over to this real quick and see what we got on the live chat here. Good evening, Robert. Thanks for checking in.
Hey there, salt and pepper. That is
salt and pepper.
Salt and
you
pepper.
You said salt and pepper. It's salt and pepper.
Yeah, that's Tom.
Okay.
I believe that's his
a new name.
His second
name
one.
Okay.
Yeah. Tom.
Yep, Tom. Okay. All right, Tom.
His
we appreciate
sneaky,
that there.
His sneaker one.
Sneaker.
How you doing, Oaken Hill?
So, all right, guys, we're going to bounce out of here. Looks like very minimal viewers on here tonight, but that's okay. It's Saturday night, and I'm sure quite a few folks out there celebrating the weekend. We're going to celebrate by just kind of hanging out and staying safe.
Right.
Not venturing out. That's kind of the best way sometimes to stay safe out there, is to just not go out.
Right, exactly.
So, all right, guys, we're going to bounce out of here. Again, have a good night and stay safe out there. What do we got coming into Alaska right now? Hold on a second here. We got a couple different earthquakes, a 4.4 and a 4.2.
There's a couple fours running along
I see
there.
that. Let me go back here real quick. We're not exiting yet. Stand by for just a second. Let me bring up the map here of the USGS. Stand by for a second. We got two earthquakes. A little bit of adjustment kicking up right now on the northern end of the Pacific Plate, North American Plate boundary. And these two earthquakes literally struck within minutes of each other, but hundreds of miles away from each other. So this just kind of shows you here the amount of movement currently up here along the northern end of the Pacific Plate, from about pretty much towards the Kuril-Kamchatka Trench eastward.
Well, we've seen what the Aleutian Trench is capable of last year.
Well, yeah, they had an eight-pointer right about here
there.
in this area.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that this area over here can't see any.
It. Exactly. We haven't seen much from there down.
The subduction zones extend down over here as well.
Yeah.
This is the plate boundary, not necessarily a subduction zone until you get down here to the Cascadia. Then things start getting building up pretty good. But, man, that's a lot of activity just within a short amount of time here in Alaska. And now we got South America. Or
yeah.
When was this?
Looks like it.
That was about 40 minutes prior to the Alaska activity. So a lot of the activity kicking up here on that eastern side, so to speak, of the teeter-totter. Things very quiet westward. And that could put the West Coast in check as well with all that tremor. Right now, things are very quiet in Southern Cal. But who knows? All right, guys. We're going to jump off here. Have a good night, everyone. And please stay safe out there. Make sure you guys jump in on that members only. If you can. No commitment. If you want to jump in just for a month, more than welcome to. We'll chat you guys a little bit later. Stay safe out there.
Peace out, guys. Stay safe.